Hello, how's your gardening week been going? Mine has been a bit of a mixed bag, I have to say. Coming up on the plot this week, there's been a few things that are really great, really lovely, nice success. Lots of my salad leaves have come up really well and we've been eating those this week. So this is the first week we've not had to buy all the bags from the supermarket that are all wrapped in their own individual plastic you just chuck away. So that felt like a nice success. But that said, we didn't get all the things we wanted. The radishes are completely wrecked. The slugs have been eating them. I'm definitely not winning that battle. Now my brassicas are all being munched, so the fleece isn't working, the eggshells aren't working. The onions are being munched since I put the enviromesh up, which was there to protect them from things. Got worse. Slugs just loving it under there. They're munching their way through that, so I'm not winning that battle, but I did get to pick my salad, so that was a positive. Now I kind of feel like the allotment looks quite bare and barren compared to when I came up here. Obviously there's loads growing, but I was expecting it to be fuller. It's not helping that everything's getting eaten as soon as I put it in. So yeah, I'm going to rethink what we're going to do for our slug defences because it's not working. I might have to move on to some harsher methods, but that's not really in my nature. But anyway, we will see. We will see. We're not going to lose everything to the slugs. Got to leave some slugs for the birds and to enjoy their own life and keep some protection for my plants. So I'm just rethinking my strategy. What I want to get done this week is move loads of my tomato plants up because at home we're running out of space. They desperately need to be potted on and put in their final place. So I am planning on clearing out that greenhouse because it's full of bindweed and nettles since I saw it last. So I'm going to clear that out and I want to make a kind of raised bed. Because there's so much bindweed and nettle, I'm going to put some weed membrane down and just work around it really for this season. So that's the job I want to get done this week. That was pretty hot work lugging all that compost up the hill there to bring it in, but now I've filled the bed, what I'm going to do is plant in there some tomatoes and I'm going to attach a beam to the roof of the greenhouse so I can grow them up some string just to support them. And in the bed I'm going to pop some basil plants I've been growing at home, and I did have 8 beautiful marigolds to put in there, but no surprises, they have been eaten by slugs. So I've just brought this packet of seeds with me, so I'm going to throw some in and hopefully they're going to do quite well in there. I did have 3 different types of tomato. These are cheap as chips because I've not grown tomatoes for years, so I don't really know what I'm doing. This was a really cheap little packet called Moneymaker, dead common. And then this one This one is called Tigerella, and it's kind of got really dark stripes on it, so I bought one which was a bit more exotic. There's a little bug on it already, but I'm basically going to plant these a little bit deeper, so I'm going to plant them up to probably that first leaf, and underneath I'm going to place some string at the bottom underneath the root ball, and then tie it up to those sticks up there so that they've got something to climb up. I did have cherry tomatoes, but I'll give you 3 guesses as to what ate those. It wasn't me, it was the slugs. I've been reading up about companion planting, and seems like a natural accompaniment really. So in with the tomatoes, I'm going to plant some basil. So I've got about 6 of these at home, and they were looking fabulous, but they have been outside and have started to get eaten. Hopefully we're not going to have too many slugs in here because it's quite hot and dry. But I've got these 3 different Thai basil plants, and they smell absolutely amazing. I've also got some sweet sort of standard basil, so I'm going to sow some of those seeds in there as well. And I've also got some marigolds. So these are the little marigolds I'm going to pop in. Says they grow up to about 25 centimetres, and they like full sun. Now it's a bit overcast, so it's hard to know how sunny it will be in here, but I'm going to stick them in and see how they get on. In order to let as much light in as possible, I've got to pull down, there's a tree growing up the side of the greenhouse and it's blocking all the light off one side. So I wanted to chop it all down, but I've realised I haven't got my snips with me, and I left my saw. I've left everything at home, so I'm just going to trample the thing flat, and that'll do for today. And at the weekend I'll come up and chop it all down then. Now here's the finished job, finished for today anyway. So I've got the bed in, filled that up with old food scraps and twigs and sticks in the bottom, then a layer of cardboard, and then I put 5 bags of compost on top. And I've now got 6 Tigerella tomatoes, 6 money makers, 3 Thai basils, and I've planted some marigold seeds. Got the floor covered with weed membrane, so hopefully that's gonna keep everything at bay. And there's definitely a lot more light coming in now I've squashed the tree. Next job on the list is the peppers and aubergines. I've got to find them a new home. I'm thinking of putting them in the little grow houses I've got up on my main bit of plot up there, so that's the next task. Probably going to have to buy a ton more compost. I think I've spent about at least £150 on compost. This no dig is getting pretty expensive, so I might have to cave and do a bit of digging soon. Anyhow, I'll think about that, think about my slug defences, and I'll see you next week.